Hello and welcome to What's on the Shelf. I'm your host Jen, and today we're unboxing some lovely things from Slugfest Games. I am a huge fan of Slugfest Games. They have been on my shelf for almost 5 years, maybe longer. I'd have to double check when I did the original Kickstarter for, I think it was Red Dragon Inn 5 is when I started really, we backed the entire thing. We got all the exclusives. We got lots of stuff that we were doing with it. But it's a game that always hits my table whenever there's a Kickstarter. I try to back it if I can. It's just a lot of fun. It's the core concept of the game is essentially you're adventurers, done your adventuring, and you've gone to the bar, or the inn. And essentially your characters are drinking and gambling, and if you get too drunk, well, the bar wench kicks you out. If you lose all your money and can't pay your bill, the bar wench kicks you out. It's a last man standing kind of brawl game. But the characters are unique. Each one is unique, and it's just amazingly done. So thanks so much for joining us this morning. I've got coffee because it's too early. Don't mind the mess in the background. We're still working on that. As for new things coming to the channel, we're going to be doing a lot of changes because schedule has changed. Spring/summer has come around the corner. We will be noting new things coming up shortly on the channel with local gameplays, demo sites that you can come and see us at. Essentially, we're working with a bunch of different companies to try and get a lot of demoing done because that's how we do things. We enjoy games, we play them, and we try and bring them to the public. So in the next couple of weeks, I will be starting to try and do Jay's reviews again, which is something I used to post every Friday on the channel. I don't know if I'll be posting it every Friday. It might be every 2 Fridays. It really depends on my schedule and time frame, because those do take time to edit. And I'm learning a whole new editing software because money. So I'm working with more stuff that's more accessible for people who don't have a lot of money. And because I still want to keep editing. I love editing. It's a passion of mine. I want to make content. So here we are. So today we're doing the Red Dragon Inn 8 Bar Crawl unboxing. Pepper and Ripsnarl, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, unboxing, which is an ally box, which is you can just play those 2 characters, but you might not have all the components you need. And then we have the Kickstarter version of the Evil Pooky, which should come with some really cool things. So yeah, let's just get right down to it. We're gonna head over to the live screen chat, so you get a little bit bigger view of things. Let me just untangle slightly. Take another sip of coffee. It's always good coffee. All right. So we're going to start with the larger box. So this here, oh, wrong side. Just going to fix this here a little bit. So, Red Dragon Inn Bar Crawl, or Pub Crawl. So, the adventure is over, but the party is just getting started. Survived a wild night at the tavern, where you're roughhouse with your friends, have a few drinks, and try not to pass out or go broke. The last player standing wins. But what happens when you're getting a little bored with the same old drinks, the same old gambling, and the same old atmosphere? You go on a pub crawl. A Red Dragon Inn is a standalone game for 2 to 5 players that expands the Red Dragon Inn series of games. 5 new characters. Ooh, there's 5 new characters in this box. Choose from the 5 new characters. The owner of 5 new taverns that can be mixed and matched with characters from any other Red Dragon Inn set. Boss battle. Includes all that stuff. I'm having problems speaking today. Pub Crawl. This new variant allows any combination of characters to travel to other taverns for new drinks and other in-game events. Very cool. So we've got Samantha the Bookie, Father Fayar, Lucky the Scrawlaw. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that guy's name. His name is Startuck is his last name. And then you have the... So I think we've seen one of the bar wenches, at least. The one from this one here. We've seen her in, I think it's 7. There's the villains version of this game. So that's very interesting. So let's get down to it and open the books. So I have so much Red Dragon Inn content that when I bring it to a game night or something like that, I have to bring it in a duffel bag. I have a rolling duffel bag that I use for it exclusively because I have so much content for it. And there we go. So let's see what's in the box. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we have the dashboards, and what's this? Red Dragon Inn loyalty card. Whenever a card that you've played from your hand resolves, put it under this card instead of your discard. When this card has 7 cards under it, put one of these cards into your hand, discard the rest, and add this card to your prize bin. Huh. So these here are the character tracks. So you've got the father, Lucky, the Medusa chick, Samantha the Bookie, and Startusk. So those are the 4 playable characters, 5 playable characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. There's also another variant card, Pub Crawl Map Prize. When you win the prize, crawl to a new tavern, then add this card to the prize bin. This prize may only be used in the game during Pub Crawl variants. So that's another thing too that's really well done with Red Dragon Inn, is that they have so much different content. Just adjusting the light there so it's not too bright. Trying not to wash out the colors. There we go. So we've got those ones there. Then we've got the rule book, which in all honesty, very handy to have, especially if you have a lot of different variants. I keep all of my Red Dragon Inn boxes, like manuals, together in the big box, especially with the ally stuff, because all the allies usually have some kind of variance or difference. There we go. Alright, so that's the rule book. Then we've got 1, 2, 3 things of tokens to pop out. So we can do that right away. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's just a cardboard to keep those things safe. Excuse me. Let's see. Hello, Beach. Thanks for joining. You do not need to drink with this game. That is not the point. But if you do want to drink, you can. we have done a version of this game where when you take a drink, you have to take a drink of something else. But please drink responsibly. Alright. So here we go. Try to get away from me. You will not succeed. Alright. So we've got some coins here. And we've got different things here. I'm going to put the plastic over there. So we'll quickly pop these out over on the side here. No, other side. These always pop out really nicely. So for every character you get 1 heart, which is your stamina, and 1 drink, which is, well, one's your health, one's your stamina. And then these are the coins for the game. I actually purchased the actual metal coins for this game because they're just so pretty and they're well done. I'm very tempted to buy more because they're just they're nice and chunky to throw around a table too. There we go. Put this over there for now. Also, on a side note, we got to play Stardew Valley this week. It is a lot of fun. It was a lot more fun than I was expecting. It can get a little bit repetitive, but the atmosphere of friendship and cooperation is definitely a high point in the game. I will be giving a more detailed review on the game once I get to play it a couple more times, but it was definitely a lot of fun. I'm trying to do a thing now with my colleagues at work where we get together and game every Tuesday night so that we all get to like try new products and try new stuff we have in stock. And because I buy so many board games, I already have a very big collection of stuff we already have at the store. So that's all the money and the tokens for those things. We have, oh, why is there fire tokens? I am scared now. Who puts stuff on fire? And then we've got some of these. These look like poison vials, to be honest. Okay. We've got some other drink tokens, it seems like. This is your drinking party. Heading out there. That looks like the brewmaster. And that's all the things to pop it. There we go. We've got some of these. We've got some see-through ones. I tend to use these instead of these just because it makes more sense. So we've got some things here for different, I believe, locations. They all have the same back. So you got, so you have the Red Dragon Inn. Let me just try and get this to focus a little differently here. So you've got the Red Dragon Inn. Each player has to pay one gold to the inn when they go here, or when the person goes there. The Harmonious Cup Tavern event. Each player may discard 2 cards from their hand. Each player who does so gains 1 fortitude. Then we have the Lucky Rolling Barrel. Each player may discard up to 2 cards from their hand, then draw that many cards from their character deck. There you go. Then I love this. This is such a good reference. You got the Star Tux. There we go. Each player may pay 1 gold to the inn. Each player who does so loses 1 alcohol content, so they sober up when they go to this location. The Scurvy Dog. Each player may discard an action card. Each player who doesn't loses 2 fortitude. Oh, that's rough. And then the Black Dragon's Depths. Oh, I really like the look of this one. Tavern event. Each player gains 1 alcohol content. Players may reduce or ignore this gain as though it was from a drink. So you could use event cards to help fix this problem. There we go. Oh. Again, love the artwork for this game. I forget if it was... It was the last Gen Con I went to. There was someone dressed up as the characters from the Red Dragon Inn. Alright, so those are all the location variants that you can use when doing the variant of this, which I think is really cool. more variety to your game, the better chance it will hit the table more often, I find. Because just in general, like, if it's got more things to it at its core, the more chance it will hit. So we've got that there. So next, what do we have in here? We've got like standees, which I believe will probably be for like these guys here. And then we have reference cards. So in the big box, the tavern box that I have, which is the Red Dragon inbox, you have characters sleeved like this, so you can put their cards with them. Drink deck, the Black Dragon Depth. Oh, so each one has their own drinks as well. I love this, it's so cute. Aw, it's adorable looking. I'd go drink there. Alright, so those are those cards there. So each person has stuff. We've got some things here for the tokens, so I'm gonna go there, do that right away before we go and do anything else, because I don't want to take up too much time repackaging everything. Let's see here. So yeah, Red Dragon Inn, definitely one of my favorite games. We've played it with the 5 players. We played it with 4 players. I've even played it with like a group of like 3 people, a group of 15 people where 5 and 5 and 5 are doing it, and then the more people get knocked out, the more people like change stuff around. We've done a bunch of different variants for fun, just to see how we can continue playing the game. It was a lot of fun. We did have the Tavern League at work for a while, but unfortunately with COVID, we kind of had to stop, and we haven't been able to re-pick it up. And I'm gonna have to follow up on that, because I would definitely like to start doing that on like Sunday afternoons again. Hello and welcome all. We're currently unboxing the Red Dragon Inn 8 with all its fun stuff. We're gonna put the last of the tokens. Oh, they don't fit. Well, these two do. The other one doesn't. That's fine. Oh, we'll put it in the bag with the characters, I guess, instead. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We're also going to take a sip of our coffee because it's early for me. There we go. So, we've got one set here. So, like I said, each character plays completely differently. So, you might have some characters that play very similar, but their end stuff will be a little bit different. Ow. I really need a knife. Didn't I keep my knife around? No, I didn't. This is what happens when you don't have nails. And there's no rip tie on the box things. Come on, I just need a little tear. There we go. Come on, Lego. I also don't want to damage the cards. There we go. I got it. I got it, Ma. Okay, so this is Samantha the Bookies, Human Entrepreneur. So this is her deck. Oh, and she has a mode where she goes from the Human Entrepreneur to Samantha the Brawler. So that's quite interesting. So she's got 2 decks. And she also has, I guess it's her deck collector card. So let's take a little bit of a look at her cards. So gambling is a mechanic in the game where you start a round of gambling. Every pun pitches in an ante, and then you play gambling cards to see who wins the round. So we've got some of those cards. I raise, essentially you make everyone put another gold in. Winning hand, this is how you win the round of gambling. Okay, then it goes into her cards. 5 of kind, what are the odds? That's a cheating card. Welcome to the hook hand dice roll challenge. Oh my god, that looks very dangerous and interesting. So I won't read all the cards because I know some people might find it a little long. Just trying to see if I can get it to focus a little bit more. There we go. But there is quite a lot. So it looks like she's got mechanics set up that like every time, kind of like Pooky, like depending on how much she's drunk, or her event cards. Like this one is, and in that corner, action, start a brawl. This card may be played on its own or after in this corner. Oh, so there's like a chain linking up. So let me see here. So there's in this corner and in that corner. That's amazing. Again, I love the phrasing in this game. It's just so well done. Okay, hold on. So I was getting into her brawl deck, I think. Bookie. Yeah, that's part of her brawl deck. It's meant to Bookie. So that's how you start her brawls. And then you have her brawl deck where it's like, oh, it's different brawlers. That's amazing. That's so cool. So she's got her own little thing going for brawling and stuff. So that's really cool. So we're going to put that, and then we'll take her card and put it in here. Oh, it doesn't fit. Okay, that's fine. You can put these ones back in this section. And put that there. Alright, who's next? So this is Freya's spirits. So I believe, just to keep a reference, we're going to keep these guys out. So this was Farah, I believe would be how it's pronounced. He's the brewmaster, it looks like. So he's going to have all the tokens that deal with the brewing and that kind of thing. We're having the trouble again opening these packaging. Don't want to damage anything. Come on, let go. The lifelong trouble of unboxing. At least I'm not doing it one-handed like I used to. Alright. So in this one we have several... Oh. So there's spirits. There's wines. And then there's also beers. And these are like specialty cards for this character. So he's a human cleric. So again, we've got cards. Now, the mechanic for him, it looks like, just from past experience, is when I play this card, I get one of these tokens, and then one of these tokens will trigger these depending on how many I have. So we've got the gambling cards, like everyone has, and then we go into his character stuff. So let's see, we've got the Elms jar is feeling a little light. Pick a player, they may pay 1 gold to the inn. Let's see. Alkalite, bring a drink for my friends. Oh, so their inn is like a church almost, or like a... Aw, it's so cute. Let's see. This one's gonna be good. Try it. Action. Pick another player. They gain 1 alcohol. Oh, so he really pushes the alcohol. again, the cards are just so well done. The captions. So when we play the game, you have to read the card itself. Sorry, I didn't realize it was too off camera to show. And it's having trouble focusing. Hold on. We're gonna do something real quick here. Yeah, that should be a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So he's got a bunch of different cards. It looks like he's one of the ones that will definitely get you drunkest the fastest. Plus, he also has his own stash of alcohol cards as well. All right, let's see here. Who's this for? I like how Stardust has like the pattern of coffees on his thing. All right, so who's this? So this is Lucky. So Lucky's the one that starts the fire. Heat. When full, remove tokens, then choose one. Lose 2 fortitude or gain 2 alcohol content or pay 2 to the end. Oh, so you might be a little bit of a firehead. So it looks like they just have their normal deck. So you've got gambling cards. And then you go into the character cards. Now these are always shuffled before you play, so I usually shuffle them very well. Let's see. A fistful of dice is my Fountain of Youth, a sometimes card. You may play this card at any time during a round of gambling, even if you've left the round. Gain 2 fortitude. Oh, that's cool. So she's all about gambling, it looks like. Like, she's part of the fates. So, very interesting. So we're going to leave her card underneath. This is the drink decks. I'll do that last. We're going to add this one here. This is Startux. He's an orc entrepreneur. Alright, there we go. I'm starting to get the hang of how to pull the particular plastic apart. So we've got his gambling cards like normal. And then we go into their cards there. So, hey, the barista works hard for that. Neglect a sometime card that changes the effect of a drink. Oh, that's the poor little barista. Oh. The poor little barista. It's so adorable. So they run an actual like kind of like what's it called? Their own version of Starbucks in the Red Dragon Inn universe. Sorry, trying to do too many things at once. So for this one, take a fire salamander bun. Pick a player, they lose 2 fortitude. Oh, it actually tastes like burning. I love the mechanics for this game. Oh, it's so adorable. Oops, I upside down the cards a bit. There we go. So that's the deck for Startux. I have a feeling that that's probably, like, out of these characters, that's going to be the one that I want to play. And then we have the Medusa, the Gorgon. Business Gorgon is what she is referred to. She also has boss cards, which means you can use her as a boss. What that means is she has additional cards that if you're just playing the normal version of the game, you would remove. And they're indicated by these symbols here at the top corners. So she's got quite a few of those. And then we go into like the normal card set that we use for the game. And let's see, let's randomly choose one of her cards. If you keep making that face, it's going to freeze that way. Pick another player, they lose 2 fortitude and a petrified card. So she's got this mechanic that she freezes people. I wonder how that works. Let's see. We've got, you could say I've got a good head for games. Cheat. Take control of a round of gambling. Glare 3. Pick another player in that round. They ante 1 gold. Then you take 1 gold from the pot. Ooh. So I wonder if she has like a meter of some kind. But definitely very interesting. So those are her cards. So we've undone all the people that you can play in this set. So next we're going to do the drink deck, and then I believe these are the location drinks. So let's see. Come on, plastic. Work with me. Yeah. Out. All this hard work undoing plastic. Alright, there we go. So this is the drink deck. This is what's used for when you're playing the game. You end up giving drinks to players. You can force people to drink. There are cards that let you stop people from doing this to you. But again, it's an ongoing thing. So we've got some new cards here. The Flute Blunt Drink. Gross. Hope that he cleaned out his spit valve. Ew! Oh! Again, I love the subtitling to the cards. So it gives you 1 alcohol and -1 heart. Let's take another random one. That's new. Okay, this is one that's really interesting. I don't know. I was really lucky when I did my Kickstarter. I was able to make my own card called the Phoenix Ale Drink. It lets you regain your health, but if you mess up the next turn, you kind of get screwed over. So this is the Gomish Inspired Ale Drink. Draw 2 cards from your character deck and get 2 alcohol. You feel inspired to keep drinking. So yeah, so we've got the base card set here, and then I think these are the individual cards, or the additional cards from the different locations, since we are doing a pub crawl. So you have local drinks from each bar that you are going to. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 6 if you're including the Red Dragon. So these are all inspired by the location. There we go. They're really cool looking too. Ooh, this one comes with a chaser. So what a chaser means is you add a drink to the drink you're currently drinking, and it could continue, and it could scale, and it could be very evil. So you've got those ones for this one. Let's see. Star Tux. Oh, that one's really cute looking. And then you've got, oh, that's adorable looking too. So all kind of inspired from like Starbucks. And then this one is from the Scurvy Dog. So where you'll definitely be brawling a lot. The first trick you pull up is one that's like already broken. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, gross. With a chaser, I really like the way this one looks. What is it? It's water with a punch. That's amazing. And then we've got the Black Dragon's Depth. That's gorgeous looking. Wow. Just to give you a little bit more of a view of those cards. That is creepy looking, but so well done too. So yeah. Oh, and we got one more left. So this is the Lucky's Rolling Barrel. So these are all based off of her restaurant or her pub. So, ooh, everything seems like it's rolling. What's this one? Something green drink. Ugh. What's the subtext? It's green, it's alcoholic, and that's pretty much all we need to know. Oh, wow. So those are all the additional cards for the different drinks. So we're going to pop these in here. We're actually going to put this one over here and this one over here. So we have more space for coins to be tossed in here. There we go. Put the standees there as well. So this is everything you get inside Red Dragon in 8. Everything fits nicely back into the containers. I will be moving these all to my Red Dragon in 5 box since I have all that stuff there already. I'm gonna add those to this bag. I hope you are enjoying this morning's little repertoire. I will probably start setting these unboxings to 10 o'clock on Wednesdays in the AM because unfortunately my work schedule changed. It's good for me, I sleep better, but it also means that evening content is going to be a little bit harder to do because I do finish at 9:30-ish. Well, I finish at 9, the store closes at 9, but with counting caches and everything, it's going to take a little bit longer to do, so I've got to make sure I have time to do everything I need, and also, you know, eat after dinner, after work. So that's definitely some things I've got to do and handle. Responsibilities, guys, it's a thing. So that's everything that's in Red Dragon in 8 Pub Crawl. I can't wait to try this one. It will be on the playing game list of things shortly. Alright, next, since we're doing a Slugfest fun time stream today, more coffee. So next, we're doing the Ally Box. So again, what an Ally Box is you get 2 characters plus additional coins and stuff like this. So in this one, Piper, Eagle-Eyed Sniper, and Ripsnarl Bad Dog. Piper is a brilliant marksmith who can hit any target with ease. She tends to work alone, but joins other heroes on occasion when that long-distance touch is needed. Folks around the tavern know that her wit is as sharp as her arrows, so they have extra reason to stay out on her good side. The good, Piper never misses a shot. The bad, this applies to drinking contests as well as archery. Oh, all right. So just to clarify, this is an expansion, so you do need one of the base games to play it. I thought you could play it without it, but you do need the base game. Ripsnarl is always ready for a howling good time as long as he's not in his scrawny human form. Oh, he has a human form. When he's a werewolf, he becomes a literal party animal. The rest of the time, you'll find him fluming and plotting his revenge. He always finds ways to transform again, even when the moon's waning. The bad, Ripsnarl keeps his claws razor sharp. The worst, and Piper has the scars to prove it. Ooh, they've got history. Oh, yeah, they do have history. So let's get down to it. This was a Kickstarter at one point. Unfortunately, I did not have the money to kick it. So I bought it as soon as I could at my local store. So let's open this up. Doo-doo. There we go. So you've got the rules. Little bookmark to tell you how to play. And join their crew. They've got a bunch of things you can definitely look up with the Slugfest games. We've got how to play the game with these two characters, which is always useful because everyone has different abilities. You have their character boards. You have a pop-up for their characters to add to the box, with also references if you need any. We can toss it over here with the rest of this cardboard. You've got what looks like bite tokens. They will probably come in handy at some point. You got some spare coins and the fortitude and alcohol content. We've got the... Ooh, that didn't stay very solid in the box there. We've got coins that pop out really nicely too. Those we can just toss in there. Same thing with that there. So you have a little space at the end to add all the tokens. There we go. That's everything from that tray. And from this tray, will that pop out? Alright, so we've got, let's see here. So there's a prize variant, also part of this. So we've got, oh, this has the riptie. Yay, ripties. Makes my life so much easier, except for when I, rip them out completely. So it looks like Ripsnarl also has a boss variant, which is always cool, because you can tell from the cards already that they have the symbol at the top corner like we've talked about before. So they do have a boss variant. And then they have their regular set of cards, so gambling cards like we normally know. Huh, there's cards that have like a little thing here. I wonder if that's something to do with their bite. Let's see, so just a random card to read. Ferocious Slap. Pick any player. Human form, they lose 1 fortitude, gain 1 fury. Wolf form, they lose 3 fortitude. That's pretty cool. Alright. So we're going to give you a little bit more of a preview. So there's definitely a lot going on there when it comes to... Sorry, I'm trying to get the camera to focus on this here. There we go. So you've got different cards for him. Definitely a lot of fun. And he's got a human form as well as his werewolf form. So definitely a character I'm interested in playing. Oh, don't forget his variant cards. Or boss cards. I usually also sleeve all of these because I know that they're going to get a lot of play and I don't want them being damaged. I believe I used Mayday Games or Game Genetic. Coffee, sip, need. There we go. So prize variant. The prize variant sweetens the pot during a round of gambling. To play this variant, add any number of prize cards to the inn at the start of the game. When a player starts a round of gambling, that player must choose one of the prize cards in the inn and add it to their pot. The player who takes the gold ante wins the prize and follows the instructions at the appropriate time. This will cause the prize to move to the prize bin, a holding pile for used prizes. Cool. So this one has, a bag of holding as a prize variant. So this is Piper, Eagle Eye Sniper. She's an elf ranger. I think she has some kind of equipment. Yes, she does. So she has equipment as part of her stuff. So she has 2 decks. So that's her deck for her quivers. So again, you have the usual gambling cards. And then we get into other cards that you can use. So let's take a random card. Let's see this one. No, let's try another one. So this is a sometime cards. You may have, I catch crooks for a living, right? Negate a cheat card. The player who played this card. Hold on. Neglect a cheat card. The player who played it may play a gambling card or pass. They may not play another cheat card, draw an arrow card. So, the draw an arrow card. Draw 2 arrow cards. Note to self, more arrows. It's really pretty looking too. So again, her mechanic is she's trying to pull from her quiver deck. Or her arrow deck. So again, very cool concept, very interesting. Again, I love the just amount of characters. I do not know, I'd have to double check and see how many different characters there currently are for Red Dragon Inn, but I'm pretty sure it's a lot. So we've got the boards, everything fits back nicely in the box. Ooh. Slug Crew Fest, and then voila. Everything back in the box. So again, this is an ally box, which means you have to have one of the base games to be able to play this game. Next up, this is chunky and it's heavy. This is the Evil Pooky Collector's Edition box. I am a huge fan of Pooky. Pooky is one of my favorite characters. He originally appeared in the first Red Dragon Inn, but he was the sidekick to the wizard. So the wizard would pull a rabbit out of the hat and do tricks with the rabbit. And then we got a version of Pooky that essentially did the same thing to the wizard. It was perfect. So yeah, this is what happens when stuff goes awry and an evil Pooky shows up. So, thanks to some drunken teleportation experiments, Pooky's evil doppelganger has invaded the tavern for some other nasty plane of existence. He's here to create chaos and mayhem, which, truth be told, makes him a lot like the Little Red Dragon. Words again. He's here to create chaos and mayhem, which, truth be told, makes him a lot like the Red Dragon Inn's other patrons. The bad, he looks... Hey, look. It's a... I don't know what that is. Adara, wait a minute. Worse, I don't remember... I don't remember it being... Oh, he creates other doppelgangers of different characters. Oh my god. So he summons, the other guys from his realm. This is gonna be so cool looking. Okay, let's get this open. Shiny box. Shiny box. Alright. There we go. Thank you for your support. So you've got the Evil Pooky manual. It's about 4 pages long. Then you also have the regular Pooky, the Pooky the Vicious. So I got both of them in this. Ah, okay. And this is the collector's edition, so there's going to be some shiny stuff in this. Some more information about Slugfest games. You've got character sheets. So you've got Evil Pooky, the doppelganger. You've got Pooky the Vicious. Ooh, shiny. Then you get shiny versions of both of them. Hee shiny. We get some coins here. Because you need the coins. There we go. That's everything there. We've got the dividers. So I already have Evil Pooky. I have the regular Pooky, so I have 2 Pookies now. What if it's a whole just table of Pookies playing? That's going to be very interesting. We have the drink deck, and then we have Evil Pooky. I love how he has the bunny ears. Oh, those are so cool. So part of the collector's edition, you get like 3D printed tokens for your thing. So you've got, oh, this is so cool. You've got like an Evil Pooky or the Rage Meter Pooky. You've got hearts, and you've also got the beers. Is there anything else in there? Nope, that's all of it. So that right there just upped my things. I think I have, with the coins that I purchased, you have the vitality, the fortitude and alcohol portent, but these are definitely something I'm going to be adding. So it looks like there's 2 different spots here. So these are the foiled versions of the cards, and these are the non-foiled versions of the cards. I don't want them to get scratched because they're shiny, but they got scratched a little bit, but that's okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do for this one here is I'll open up these 2, and I'm going to leave the foiled ones sealed for now because I want to keep them in good condition. So this is the Evil Pooky deck. Let's see. So we've got the Evil Pooky, the Uninvited Nuisance. So you've got all his stuff there. And then you've got his doppelganger deck. And then we have a drink deck as well. So this is a new variant deck for drinks. We'll go through that after. Let's unwrap all this stuff first. Come on, Lego. And then in this one here, you have a new variance for winning, which is the portal gun. Very interesting. The Pooky snack. Oh, poor goat! The orb of delicious dancing. It's a disco ball. And then Evil Mirror. So those are all different variant prizes you can have. You have the regular Pooky. There's still some, epic. There's an epic deck. That's different. So these are still some of the Evil Pooky stuff. So we're going to start with the original Pooky. So Pooky has a mood meter. Essentially, it'll tell you what ends up happening the worse his stuff gets. There are certain things that trigger his mood, so the angrier he gets, the more psychotic he gets. So you've got, oh, that's the epic stuff. Oh, so with this one you also get a boss version of Pooky, which is really cool. I have not played the boss variant of these characters at all. I haven't had the time to try them out. So Pooky, you get your usual drinking stuff, gambling stuff, and then some of my favorite cards like Pooky is misbehaving sometimes cards. You may play this card when you must ante instead of ante. You can leave the round of playing or ignore a drink. In either case, you must pay 1 gold to the inn for a towel to wipe up your accident. It's adorable. This one's also one of my favorites. The wench thinks you should stop being mean to Pooky. And he's just being an adorable little Pooky butt in the corner there. Alright, so that's what ends up happening when he gets moody and stuff. Now the epic deck, I don't know how the epic deck would work. Pooky thinks you look really thirsty. Oh. So it's just like different things that trigger. So I'll have to read the rules on this, but like it looks really cool. The new artwork for Pooky is always interesting. So that's Pooky stuff. We'll pop that in there with his stuff there. So we have, so this is the evil Pooky. So he's got boss cards. Then he has his usual deck, which is the cards here. These were probably things that will trigger this here. So depending on how many you have will depend on how you're pulling things. So clearly he's in the universe where he's at the evil inn. Let's see. Absolutely no table manners. Sometimes cards. Ignore a drink. Reveal the drink first. Let's see, what's this one? Now, where did that horrible thing go? You may play this card when you must ante. Instead of ante, you leave the round of gambling or ignore a drink card. He's just popping around in the background. Let's see. Ooh, this looks interesting. Dress for success. Sometimes card. Reduce the alcohol content of a drink by 1, or you may play this card when an action, sometimes, or anytime card would make you lose fortitude. Reduce that fortitude loss by 1. So again, this game is very interactive. Ooh. Doppel up an anytime card. That's very interesting. I can't wait to play the evil Pooky. So let's take a look at the doppelgangers. Now this is clearly, I don't think this is all the characters in the game, but we'll see. So we've got the pirates, ooh, the paladins. Huh. So like these work as different variants, I think. So the bad guys might be good guys. Oh, she looks so evil. She looks ready to just bite into someone. He's a nobleman when he's a thief in the other one. Oh, the Lich is alive? Oh, she's really pretty looking. This is definitely going to be interesting to play. She was one of the villains, so that should be interesting to see happen. We're having issues with focusing again. There we go. That should be a little bit better. And that's all the cards. Yeah, that's everything. So again, I won't open the foil cards. I want to make sure they stay as foiled as possible before I get like sleeves and stuff for them. But again, I am so happy I have foil versions of the cards now. Like, it's a little plus to the things. Alright, so last thing to show on the Evil Pooky Collector's Edition is the drinks. So we've got some lovely drinks here. Whew. drink events. Aww. Ooh, that looks deadly. What's to say? Allies from the crypt. That's really well done. I love all the drink cards. They're so unique. Like, oh, I like this one. Greater Mimic. 2 fortitude, -1 heart. If the Greater Mimic is the result of a chaser, discard all other cards in this drink without taking the effect. That's definitely not a keg. Yeah, I will definitely have to get this going. Oh, and there's event stuff too. Oh, cute Pooky. Portal. So yeah, that's everything in this deck here, in this box here. We're going to put all the additional tokens and stuff in the middle. I will, like I said, I'll open up the foil ones when I have sleeves for them right off the bat, because I want to make sure they get sleeved right away, because they're a collector's item, and I love having this. Like, I'm so grateful for my friend who was able to like back this for me, because I didn't have the money at the time, and I greatly appreciate her friendship and camaraderie when it comes to board games. So that's everything in the box, guys. Pooky's collector box. Ta-da! And that will be it for us today. We're just finishing unboxing about an hour. I've got a couple of other things to do this morning before I do, you know, all the fun stuff and head to work. Because I work this afternoon. I close. So thank you so much for joining, and I hope you enjoyed the Red Dragon Inn 8 unboxing, Piper and Ripsnarl, and the evil Pooky. We'll catch you guys next time at the table. Have a great day, guys. It's almost the weekend. Bye, all.